Good morning, folks. It's 9:45 a.m. December 3rd, 2016. Saturday, December 3rd, 2016. 9:55 a.m. 55 is strong physical movement, like actually getting somewhere. And 9 represents the elder. Every once in a while, I deal with one of the few idiots that wants to try to take away from what's going on from this, from my work, to help everybody wake up, become themselves. Some people want to call me arrogant or confused, delusioned. This one individual even talks about the Matrix. He says, the Matrix is real. And he's put videos out that is some kind of cartoon image or something. I don't know. I just saw the front of it. I don't have time to look at that stuff. Herky's hardly walking anymore. I'm busy getting things set up. I'm getting closer to being where I need to be, home. Folks, nothing's going to stop what's coming. Now, I tell you to stay away from prophecy, because there's no telling what decisions that what's running lives is going to make in regards to that. I'm telling you this stuff because I'm going to make it happen as soon as I get out of here. How does that sound? Arrogant? Selfish? Well, it's not selfish because it's about everyone else. Arrogant? When someone's arrogant, they think they're better than someone else, and I'm no better than anyone else. And I'm not trying to make something about me. I'm not very much about me. Two of the lawsuits, one of them in particular, is about to show that I made about $250,000 in 2014 and 2015 for someone else. And they didn't spend, diddly squat. They didn't spend $50,000 on the animals. That's why I donated my services and product. A profit on the product, not the product itself. For her to make money, although actually that's stoned, because the books and DVDs and everything, all the profit went to her. She was source. I pulled it out of her. What I give, I can take away. What I take away, I can put back. That ain't going to happen too much. In this one case, it won't happen at all. It won't happen with her, and it won't happen with this other nitwit. But because they're source, and because they've screwed up, that's something I want to bring to your attention. This one lady involved in all this other stuff, from spiritual symposiums and OpenAwareness.com, Michelle, that one. There's a lot of people named Michelle, but it's that one. She was source. One of her lives was Sekhmet. She's now barely famous soul. This other person is young man, gentleman, not gentleman, whatever. Anyway, he was source, didn't even know it. He wasn't being fired up because he was too arrogant. And then he decided to get involved to make things about himself, and I'm not really in the mood for this crap. He's now very weak soul. He's going to stay that way. So let's see if he can learn from his stupidity, from the abuse through the use of his abusive, arrogant attitudes and platitudes, I guess. I don't know what you call it. it's sad that some people think that they have a situation that comes before everything else that's suffering. Animals, thousands of them, every day are suffering to being skinned alive. That this shit never should have happened. Plants, everything. People, look at the people. All the money that comes into me ever since I started doing it, this is why I've been all my life, I use to help others. Period. I've always done that. If I wanted to hang on longer, I could. I'm about to receive a lot of money. But I'm leaving. I got stuff I got to do. And the money's not for me anyway. That's why it's all going to Paul Cherick. And he'll spread it out where it needs to be. Take care of what needs to. So, I've said many times in these videos that that $800 that comes in is literally helping everyone else. Well, it is. Folks, I have very few consults now. When I do something, it's with the other family members, getting them squared away. I have to go. I'm very sick. Herky's getting ready. Everything's being run on the other side right now, but by what I am inside. The female part of my essence, planetary essence, she's gone now. She's out of me. All that's in this body right now is the first the number one focal point of the first or primary focal point of Arae. I don't want to say the number one, because that's like somebody will try to apply that towards best or something. I don't freak out what people say. But when someone's source and they get stupid, then I want them to know in a big way, especially after they want to broadcast it. I said, okay, you're demanding my attention for your little personal problem? Well, you had the ability, if you weren't so arrogant, to crank people up, and you say that you're saving animals and people and you're caring so much and everything. Bullshit. You're not. I'm going to take your video that you made about me, and by the way, you slandered the hell out of me. I have the most juicy lawsuit against you. I've got 4 lawsuits now against people who have stolen from me and slandered me. I've never instigated lawsuits before. I got 2 of them already cooking. The other 2 are waiting. You're not a big enough issue, so be glad for that. But I'll be out of my body soon. Then you find out what the hell I am. Then everyone's going to find out. And then, like I said, there's no whoopee-doo, Jay. It's my job. I know things are happening as fast as they can. But because I love and protect things, that's what my nature is. I feel like crap that every day everything's hurting so much. And the field is literally part of me. I'm not part of it, it's part of me. And I feel stuff if I allow myself to. And sometimes my energy outside of my body opens it up and makes me feel it. And it hurts. And then I'll go in it and hit it. I've tried to help everyone understand who they are and find the beauty and power within themselves. I can help you better when I get out of here, but I had to do that while here. I had to write these books. Folks, the most important books, the most important information you can find regarding yourself, who you are, where you came from, what's been going on, is these 2 books right here. Okay? Creation, it's beginning of your origin. Creation, it's journey evolving into paradise. It's not, there's no such thing as a perfect paradise, but like I said, if you've been in a cave all your life, all of a sudden you see the sunlight, beautiful tropical beach, that's pretty much paradise. There'll be bugs up there, there'll be sharks in the water and everything, but compared to the way you were living, it was awesome. This book, with all the different symbols inside and the basic meanings of them, okay? Dana did all the artwork for that. Jara's Runes of Awakening. I made these. It's the Elder Fruth Arc and all the other symbols, the stuff I've used on other planets and stuff. And those rune cards will help you learn how to focus your different energy fields, what most people call chakras. They'll help you open yourself up to become yourself. Yourself, not myself. That's not selfish on my part. And this dipshit, with his comment about, I'm about money, I've been sending clothing, food, cameras, video cameras, laptops, tablets, desktops. I'm sending them out all over the place. They go out all over the world. Phones for mothers who need them because they don't have them for their kids. I've been doing this. What are you doing, schmuck? You write to me telling about how your wife has been abused by her dad? And how that you demand to talk to me because you're so fucking important? I'm going to help you get over yourself. Real quick. Who the hell do you think you are, little boy? What you were inside was source. You literally came from me. When the third wave of souls was 80% released, Lilly and I put our energy together and we released a field event, 3 different fields of energy. Source animal, first source angel, then source animal, then small parts of us. And I make up more than half. Me personally, what I am, Ara's primary focal point is more than half. The spirit, when I bond with the rest of Ara, I'm more than half of it. I'm 54% of it. It's okay, Herky, honey. So when I say it came from me, be pretty much. More than 50%. And actually, it's a lot more than 50%, but that doesn't matter. Do you know how, schmuck, do you know how many women have suffered a lot more than that? Do you know how many animals are being skinned alive? What do you think? You're the only 2 people in the world? I feel for your wife. I do. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what she's gone through. And the only way it's going to happen is by me getting the hell out of here and you demand that I take my private time and give it to you instead of taking care of everybody? You're like a little schmuck that's playing with one shelf on in a closet. And the whole house is burning. And you say, hey, I want you to take care of this shelf first because this is my shelf. And I have toys on it. That's what you're like. Because you're source and you're arrogant. And I want people to know, or because you were source. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm taking the time to do it. So let's take a look. You wanted to take my emails to you, no big deal. As a matter of fact, when I wrote the email, I got a hold of Deanna right away, and I said, look, this guy's going to post this on the internet. I want to tell him a little more, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to be relevant for what's going to happen later. She's not the only one I told. I don't need anyone to tell you that Jay said it. I don't give a damn what you think, schmuck. I'll make it a point of you. I'm showing people how source can really suck. Some of the most beautiful, incredibly precious beings I know are soul. That's just like when you're in a body. Whatever body you're in does not make who you are. It's what's inside. A car's actions are the actions of the driver, not the car itself. So, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to set another camera up in front of my laptop, and we're going to go over what you said about me. I had to bring up source. I had to say certain things about myself, so people would have some way to tie into what's the words, to the meaning behind my words. Man, this is incredible that I have to. I love you, Herky. That I got to go through this late at the end of my life to deal with an arrogant little schmuck like yourself, man. That's pathetic. It's all about you, isn't it? Oh, I help other people. What'd you do? What'd you do? Go to PetSmart and throw $1 in the donation thing? Wow. I talked about you playing with videos and TV, whatever, playing with games, and then I looked at your. I went to get your address so I could copy and paste it to Deanna. You know, she needs to know what you're saying. And now it's spread around the family. You're about to get popular in a very bad way. Anyway, and you're such an idiot. The Matrix is real. So you have no idea what's going on. I think I said that in the email. I didn't look you up beforehand because I don't have time to waste on this shit. But seeing how you want to make an issue of it and you demand my attention, you got it now, bitch. Let's go through this. Let's see who's what. Okay there, folks. Let's see what we have here. Here's his name, Wyrm Spleen. W-Y-R-M-S-P-L-E-E-N. He's got worms in his spleen, and those are the worms over there, I guess. I don't know. He's coaxing at first. Whatever. It says, "Hi, Jay. Thanks for your videos. I wanted to know if you could provide some insight into some area of expertise of life." Okay, we're going to talk about of experience, area of experience of life. Okay, wow, okay, we're going to sit down and have a good chat here. I got nothing to do, okay? Just open yourself a bottle of wine, have a glass, and we'll just spend the weekend doing this. I've got nothing to do. I don't do anything for anyone else. It's all about you, man. As this is the experience of my wife, and I have some difficulty integrating this, I wanted to ask your perspective if you have one. Well, I understand. I can appreciate that. I am here for everyone, but that's more than just you. I wish I could do more. I'm doing everything I can. I have limits. You don't seem to understand that. What are the dynamics behind a child being born to a pedophile father who raped and groomed her for sale to child trafficking rings, New Zealand and Australia? Okay, you want me to go look at this? Okay, that's whoa. The father most likely had free Masonic affiliation. You know, really? You're talking about things you don't even understand, okay? Just like you said in one of your videos that the, excuse me, the Matrix is real, which is such a joke. Some say this abuse is the result of a before-life contract agreed to, a karmic debt, etc. My wife says this is bullshit, as no one would have made a contract to experience what she went through. Now, this is personal stuff. I've never done something like this, but dude, seeing how you put my emails on the internet, I'm doing the same. By the way, folks, those of you listening, you might want to go ahead and download all my videos that you can, okay? Before I go, they might wind up getting taken down again. I have backups of these, multiple, about 7, and a few anyway. Let's see. So now we're going to talk about what contracts, life contracts are about, and karmic debt, whatever. Now, various government agencies designed to address this sort of abuse, corporate psychiatrists, etc., we discovered are complicit in covering up sexual abuse networks. So I guess you want to tell me how you came to all that. I mean, whatever. She was compensated around $90,000 by the Australian government, but could not dissociate the abuse from the money, considering it insulting and blood money, so she gave it all away, everything. Look, I don't have time to go through this. Okay, you had money to do what you could to take care of it. Everyone gets abused, dude. You know, do the best you can to deal with it, get over all you can, and keep moving forward. Then my wife had some beings visit her. We are not sure who they are as she freaked out the last minute, which ended the experience. Okay, you're not sure who they were because I guess you didn't get to ask them. Okay, so you want me to look at that, tell you who it was and what was going on. We recreated this and other sightings of red-orange spheres. How did you recreate this? How did you recreate this? Did you go back in time and make it happen again? Damn, son. And glowing white sphere. We have seen in a video to share with others to get insight and perspective. And then you gave it to me, so now you want me to watch a fucking video. You're kidding me. If you have thoughts on this video, again, you want me to watch the video. And the experiences, that would be much appreciated. Dude, so far you're trying to take 2 hours out of my time. Okay? Everything seems parasitic and predatory. One thing killing and consuming another in order to survive on this earth. Dude, that's right. That's exactly correct. That's what my death is going to, when this body dies and I get out of here, that's what I'm going to fix. That's what you're slowing down. That's what you're supposed to be a part of, but instead you had to go this route. Damn. Thanks again. Regards, Victor. There's the video. I said, hi, Victor. No, this is Deanna. Jay's time, hi Victor, Jay's time to talk, even read emails is very limited. The only way we get a hold of him is by schedule and consult. Here's more information, and she sent you down to the website. I don't have time to do this. I am literally fracking dying, dude, and I've got stuff I got to finish before I can go. I've got a lot of issues to take care of. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars taking care of others. What the frack have you done? And then Deanna sent you the information, and then you go, really? And how much would that cost? Question mark. And then pretty little. I like the light blue. Big numbers. $800 for 45 minutes? Question mark. It's okay, Deanna. That pretty much tells me all I need to know, Victor. Wow. That tells you all you need to know. So what did your incredible, immense intelligence tell you behind that, schmuck? That I'm all about money, making myself rich? Have you ever looked at me? Have you ever looked at my house? Have you ever even thought about what I might have in my bank account, like next to nothing? I don't have $1,000 to my name, shithead. Damn, I'm getting pissed. So then I wrote back to you. You were the one right here. You're the one that started this crap. You had the attitude, and you are source. You were source. You're not anymore. That's where you came from, but everything's been taken, all that's been taken away, but still you were released in that same time, but you're no longer source. I said, cool. Don't waste our time with what you don't know and can't understand and don't really want anyway. Number one, you don't even know who you are. You don't know what's going on. Now, I didn't look at you at all. I didn't go try to look at you on the internet or something at all. I never do that. I don't have to. So don't waste our time with what you don't know, because you can't understand crap. I already knew that. You can't understand what's really going on. You don't even know who you are. You're thinking all this crazy, stupid stuff. I saw it flying around in your head. And don't really want anyway. You don't want the actual truth. You won't relax and go inside yourself to find it. Instead, what you want to do is find something on the internet, find a way to make it apply to the problems in your life, and then it's the Matrix. Good boy, Herky, honey. Daddy's getting fired. So I said, oh, by the way, this is Jay. Your little mind isn't ready to open up to who you are anyway. That's about you were source. And you had the ability to do all kinds of stuff, but you didn't care. You're so arrogant. Your values relate to your video/electronic toys. Okay? There you go. Playing on the internet and everything else. That's how you see life, and it is. That's how you go through life, what you can see and read on the internet. You don't relax, go inside yourself to find things out for yourself. You're trying to do research on the internet, which is insane. Stay there on the TV, on the internet, in your video game, whatever, and go through the rest of your life as you are. That's all you really want to do anyway. You'll never go inside yourself to find yourself. You're too busy trying to find stuff on the internet, try and make it make sense, trying to apply it to your own life in a way that's beneficial to you. You search for stuff to literally try to make fit into your problems, and then try to take all that crap, put it together to make something, and you know what you wind up with? Insanity. Like this, the Matrix is real. Wow. I said, don't bother writing back. You got nothing to say worth hearing. You don't understand what the hell's going on, dude. I already understand more about you than you could ever hope to know in any amount of lives. You don't even know you didn't know that you were source. You don't even know what you are. That's what I'm relating to. I told you nothing but the fracking truth, dude. Take care, Jay, and I meant take care. And then after writing this, I got a hold of Deanna. I said, Deanna, I was going to tell him a little more, but this ain't done. He's going to post my email on the internet, and he's going to want to make us think about this. And look, it happened. Wow. And you said, wow, what an asshole reply. Is this who you really are? Far out, man. Oh, wow. I mean, you can fucking make a smack at me, and then I reply like that, and then that's beating you up, but you were being, what, a sweetheart? You know who thinks like that? You know who would be upset about this? Your reply right there. You know who would write that after you made this comment up here? Wow, it's okay, Diana. That pretty much tells me all I need to know. Oh, what was that? Sincere love and care, compassion? So, what an asshole reply. Is this who you really are? Far out. Okay, here again. What an asshole reply. Again, you're being a sweetheart, dude. And you think I was mean? Frack you. Wow. And then I told you not to bother writing back, so you sent anything right there. But then you couldn't stop because you know why? That bothered you. That's not what you wanted, and you demand more because you think you're special. Well, you ain't shit. Wow. I write to you to ask for help is dealing with a situation involving my wife being sexually abused by her father, and I am told I have to pay for a consult. Then you write this abusive reply attacking me. Dude, you started it, you schmuck. Thanks for your help. Notice, I'm not going to reply. Time out. Okay, folks, sorry to waste more of your time, but let's take a look at this. Here's Victor, Mr. Wyrm spleen. Or Wyrm spleen or something. I think he's got spleens in his worm. Over here, there's the Matrix is real. Matrix is real. 17 views. You're hitting it, kid. Anyway, let's go. Let's see what he says.
After the awareness that various Crown Government corporations who appointed psychology counsellors and institutionalised psychiatrists to help address my wife with her horrific childhood sexual abuse from her father and his pedophile associates who groomed her for sale into child trafficking sex rings in Australia and New Zealand, we became aware that there was an agenda to ridicule and downscale such experiences and to cover it over. After this time, we began experiencing some paranormal encounters. The link to this recreated material I have included in the video description. As there was no assistance in processing either the sexual abuse nor the paranormal experiences, we began to explore associated alternative and metaphysical aspects. MK Ultra, political control, ritual abuse, you name it. One of those whom I contacted was J. Arae, Essex of thespiritualfoundation.com, because I had listened to quite a few of his videos and they intrigued me. This material was never meant to be public, but after discussing the following emails with my wife, I decided I would address it for interest. Here is the email conversation that took place. Hi Jay, thanks for your videos. I wanted to know if you could provide some insight into some area of experience of life. As this is the experience of my wife and I have some difficulty integrating this, I wanted to ask your perspective if you have one. What are the dynamics behind a child being born to a pedophile father who raped and groomed her for sale to child trafficking rings, New Zealand and Australia? The father most likely had Freemasonic affiliation. Some say this abuse is the result of a before-life contract, agreed to, a karmic debt, etc. My wife says this is bullshit, as no one would have made a contract to experience what she went through. Various government agencies designed to address this sort of abuse, corporate psychiatrists, etc., we discovered are complicit in covering up sexual abuse networks. She was compensated around $90,000 by the Australian government, but could not dissociate the abuse from the money, consider it insulting and blood money. So she gave it all away, everything. Then my wife had some beings visit her. We are not sure who they are, as she freaked out at the last minute, which ended the experience. We recreated this and other sightings of red/orange spheres and glowing white sphere we have seen in a video to share with others to get insight and perspective. If you have thoughts on this video and the experiences, that would be much appreciated. Everything seems parasitic and predatory. One thing killing and consuming another in order to survive on this earth. Thanks again. Regards, Victor. After this email was sent, I received the following response from Diana, one of Jay's associates. Hi Victor, Jay's time to talk or even read emails is very limited. The only way to get hold of him is by scheduling a consult. Here is more information. Kindly, Diana. So Jay was busy, and if I wanted any correspondence, communication with him, I would have to book and pay for a consult, and this is the page I was directed to. These consultations are for spiritual advice. They are the opinion of J. Essex, and to be received as such, when you make an appointment, it is taken as fact that you understand this. The future is always changing, so he never knows, so he never makes claims in his consultations about that. Understand that you are also being recorded as this happens. This is done in everyone's best interest. Each consultation is considered an event. Purchasing an appointment is like purchasing a ticket. If you don't show, you receive no refund. The event was not cancelled if you don't show.
I'm pausing this for just a minute. There are so many, a lot more than 100 different people that I've had consults with that have paid for a 45-minute consult or an hour consult that got 2.5 hours. I've never just gone for the amount of same time. It's always the same amount of time. I've proven I have the ability to increase the abilities as well as the physical brain size of people's brains. Their skull grows, so does the brain inside. The quantitative electroencephalogram that you can see on the spiritualfoundation.com front, it's one of the front pages or something. It's right around there. It's Deanna's website. It actually shows you that this can easily be proved in courts. Matter of fact, it's already in there, that this actually happened, and it shows you where all I did is go into Martin Perra's hypothalamus gland in his brain, and the machine started reading all kinds of crazy brain activity. I've had people writing complaining about their hats don't fit because their brains are bigger as their abilities crank up. So no one else could do this until I started doing it, and then got strong enough, and then cranked up my family members who already were source energy and very powerful. Now I'm finally getting out of this damn body, and they're taking over. So if you have quote unquote psychics that are charging $1,500 for an hour to talk to you? No one. This has never happened anywhere in the history of creation, and I did it for everyone else. It's not 50,000. It's not 10,000. It's not 1,000. It's $800 for up to 2 people. Wow. Let's keep going. You know why he's taking the time to read all this? He's trying to make me seem like I don't do crap. That's amazing. We've the whole time I've been doing this, 3 years, there's been 2 people that decided, well, I think I changed my mind. They were given well over the amount of money that they spent on a consult in stone. Well over. Let's keep going.
There are no refunds, but Jay does make allowances to give you an appropriate amount of star essonite in lieu of refusing the appointment after paying for it. There are no refunds. The costs on the page seemed pretty expensive to me, and I wasn't sure what I would be paying for, which I couldn't afford anyway. And it didn't feel right that we help people all the time without charge, so at this point I figured, well, this doesn't seem to be about helping people, it's more about generating business revenue, which got me a bit annoyed. And
oh my gosh! It got you annoyed that somebody was doing something for money?
Oh my gosh, who am I to do what not pleases you? Man, you're kidding me. Come on. What do you do for a living? Why don't you just do it for free? Why are you charging anyone? Why are you taking a paycheck? Man, who the frack you think you are?
And I replied, really? And how much would that cost? $800 for 45 minutes. It's okay, Diana. That pretty much tells me all I need to know. Victor. Only minutes later, after sending this reply, Jay found the time to reply the following.
You're pretty far away from me, and it just so happens I am responsible, and I do flash over my emails first thing in the morning, usually about 5 o'clock in the morning over here. And I look for little things, and I know when something's wrong, so I was led right to your video. All this is happening for another reason too, dude. You don't understand it, and you never will. I think I said that in part of the email.
Cool. Don't waste our time with what you don't know, can't understand, and don't really want anyway. Oh, by the way, this is Jay. Your little mind isn't ready to open up to who you are anyway. Your values relate to your video/electronic toys. That's how you see life. Stay there, on the TV, on the internet, in your video game, and go through the rest of your life as you are. That's all you really want to do anyway. I hope your life is as good as it can be in your present state of mind. Don't bother writing back. You've nothing to say worth hearing. I already understand more about you than you could ever hope to know in any amount of lives. Take care, Jay. I thought that was pretty uncalled for, and I got
Uncalled for when you started the crap, son?
a bit angry at that response.
Oh, you got angry at that response? Who am I? Who am I to actually stand up for myself against the almighty you? Wow, you are so stinking arrogant.
I mean, I'm not perfect. I get angry, I've made mistakes. But I'm human and I do my best to learn from them and change. To appreciate and make progression on myself where I can day by day. And we got rid of our TV years ago.
Well, let me ask you something. If you have that consideration for yourself, why don't you have it for other people? Why did you bother writing that? Oh, okay, well, I can see what you're about. See, you just literally showed yourself to be a liar. It's only just begun.
We moved to a majority vegan lifestyle, hold values to express empathy for all forms of consciousness. So, Jay, you don't get to say that nasty shit about.
Oh, I get to say whatever the hell I want, bitch. Who the hell do you think you are? You're helping people what? You help animals all the time by what? Being vegan and not eating them? That's cool. Okay, that's great. But don't tell me about all the shit you're doing to help people. Okay? You let me know when you've spent 3 figures, $300,000, helping people in 3 years. Animals, people. You let me know when you've done that, little boy.
Me, without me responding, telling you that you don't really know shit about me. And because of that, I question everything else about you.
Well, you have to question everything about me because nothing I tell you is going to fit into what you want to hear about yourself. That's normal.
Because it's just not morally right that someone that presents himself as dealing and helping, advancing people spiritually when approached for help with regards to child sex abuse would actually require money before responding, then attack my core worth as a spiritual being. It would have found the time to respond should I have paid a few $100s. Is this...
Okay, now, you have a question for me, and you want to talk to me, and my time doesn't matter, but yours does. You demand my time. When I'm trying to get everything done while I'm fracking dying. I've got 2 forms of lung disease, degenerative joint disease. I'm literally shutting down physically. What about when I'm dead? You going to send me another email, little bitch? And tell me about, oh, gee, he never replied. That makes me angry. Keep going.
Is this really what you see my worth as? Considering I was seeking insight into processing the dark reality of child sex abuse and child sex trafficking that my wife was involved in, for you to tell me that I had nothing to say worth hearing.
Okay, now you want me to take my time, listen to everything you say, spend over 2 hours of my time dealing with what you want to talk to me about, what you want to know about. I ain't a library. You should go there, okay? You should buy the books to get basic information on things. You should have gone inside yourself to find out. You're demanding my time. And you're over here thinking your time's worth so much? You're demanding me to do what you want me to. Frack yourself, little boy.
You don't know my worth because you haven't lived my life, nor have you lived my wife's life,
Dude, I know exactly who you are and where you came from.
Experience I was conveying. Perhaps I was naive to think that you might address my issue or reply with a few select helpful words of wisdom, but honestly, if you were as evolved as you say you are, then you just don't treat others in such a degrading and derogatory manner, especially when they open up to you about things of such a personal and sensitive nature.
Okay, you want me to stop what I'm doing to take care of you when I'm dealing with thousands of people. So who the hell puts you in front of them? You do. So where's this beautiful, loving, great spiritual person that you are? When you put everything else behind you, that you're more important, because, dude, you're not. You know where you get off on this shit, dude? Arrogance. Arrogance.
I asked for insight and I got it.
The Matrix is real. Here you go.
Hey there, folks. Well, that's that. The name of the video, J. Arae Essex, comma, personal worth in child sex abuse / trafficking. Now, he didn't say I was involved in that, but there's a connotation to anyone who just reads that label of slander against myself being involved with personally with child sex abuse and trafficking. I mean, dude, you've set yourself up for a nasty lawsuit, like I said, but you're not worth it. What needed to happen happened. You've been drained of what you have. Like I said, what I give, I can take away. And don't ever count on me putting it back, because I won't. Source is the most arrogant stuff there is. Not all source, just some of it, but because of what they are, being so strong, when they're arrogant, they're the biggest problem. In numbers, human essence and then fey essence, and then the human and fey souls that goes down the line. But it's not everyone, it's just there's so many of them, and they were made to be that way. They were groomed to be that, but they weren't made to be. They were groomed. They had to want to be that. Their energy was not able to be turned to become that. The original first being was never that strong. The only thing that has been is Arae. So, I have never before put someone's personal emails on the video, or mentioned something about the first part of this video where I mentioned a problem with his wife's sexual abuse. But as you saw the video that he made and he put on YouTube, he talks about it openly. So I did not expose anything. I'm waiting for him or her, to go to Google now and complain about my video. Google doesn't have time for a lot of this stuff. So anyway, it's possible. My energy is yes and no over this outside of my body. About making him go, run up to Google and start crying. Mr. Essex doesn't know this is about me, and it's me, my wife, and it's about me. It's what I want. It's about what I want. He doesn't understand that. Look what he said about my wife, even though I said a lot more that was worse. Wow. Fracking 6-year-old child. He hasn't had many lives. He's had about 1 million lives. That's nothing. But he knows better than that if he wasn't so arrogant, thinking everything's supposed to be about what he wants. He wants me to take about 2.5 hours of my time to begin with. This doesn't include further emails. To begin with. To satisfy him, to his content. In the meantime, I'm still waiting to get the hell out of here. I've got to take myself home. There's nothing over there that's got the balls to handle any of this. And that's fine. My energy is already killing this body. It's going to shut it down. I'm going to go. Amazing. Especially then after that when he wrote the other emails talking about me not having a nice heart. He was the one that started the whole thing. Hey, I can slap you, but don't you dare raise your hand to slap me. Because I'm me and you're only you. Wow. What an arrogant little putz. So. Whatever. With this video, but like I said, folks, start downloading all my videos on this channel. I'm not saying it's going to get shut down, but start saving the videos. Download them and save them. It's your information. It's free, and you might want to share it with other people later. Like I said, there's a list of all of them. So, this man doesn't believe anybody should take money for what they do, especially spiritually, even though that's all they do for a living. So, they should starve to death, helping others, and then die. And then wait for the next person to come up, and then they'll be a leech to them. But whatever they do to make money, that's okay, that's different. They'll make up their own reasons for it. If I was charging 10 grand for this, yeah. No. 800 for 2 people, that's $400 a pop. And he doesn't know what he's going to get out of it because he's so fracking asleep. He's solar plexus energy, and it's like, now there's like nothing to him. He's very, very, very weak human soul energy. Just a touch of fae in there. You really could have helped people if you weren't so arrogant. You did this to yourself. You brought it on yourself. I gave you every chance. You screwed it up life after life. I don't think. It doesn't matter what you think, son. It doesn't matter a damn lick what you think. Your thought process matters nothing to the world's awakening. And I'll tell you how this abuse is going to stop. Child trafficking, all this crap's going to stop when Arae gets loose and takes care of stuff. When I get out of this body. I'm going to bring this crap to an end. Overnight? No. Is it going to happen? Yes, you'll see it. Just like our friends in space, space wars over the Pacific, and then fighting going on over the Atlantic. You're going to see the reptilian bodies come up, some of them dead, floating in the water in the surf. Something you can touch with your hands for those people who need that because they're not awake yet, and they need the help. This stuff happens every once in a while, almost never. But because this Victor guy was source, I had to bring this out in the open. And plus, dude, you made the video. You exposed my emails, and no problem. I didn't say nothing in them. I already knew while I was writing them that you were going to do that. And then you made the video, especially talking about your wife's abuse. But you were specific about it. I really wasn't. You really got down to more nitty-gritty. So, anyway, things will be what they need to be at this point. But folks, that's the problem with arrogance. And there's a lot of source out there that's arrogant. Being source doesn't mean shit other than you're very, very, very strong. All the frequencies that exist around you, or that exist out in creation, are part of you plus more. That doesn't make you better than nothing. That doesn't mean your time's more valuable than anyone else. That doesn't mean you get to tell someone what to do. Someone gets abusive towards someone else, I get pissed. Well, not pissed, I get involved. But you come after me when I'm dying and I'm trying to get the hell out of here and finish what I have to? Well, you screwed up. It's okay. You're not source anymore, man. You're nothing. You're weak as hell. Good luck with your health, too. Dude, what you wanted was everything that you wanted because you wanted it. Because you felt you deserve it above everything else. You're not above everything else. That's arrogance. Now you're going to find out you're at the bottom of the pile, looking up, and you can't because everything's right on your face. Good luck, dude. You're going to need it. Love y'all, man. Have a good one. Source is no better than nothing else. We're all family. We're all equal. Just because you exist, you're of equal value. Period. Nothing's better than you. We can do things better than each other, but nothing's any better than you. Nothing's at all any better than you, and you're no better than anything else. We do things better than each other, but we are all of the same equal value. Folks, love you. Have a good one.